Oh, hello. Come in. Take a seat. Make yourself at home. So today we are going to just have a quick chat about holiday weight gain. Is it a thing? My experience with it, and what you can do to kind of either prevent it or move past it once the holidays end. I'm making this video for anyone who kind of tends to fall into the category of people who gain a lot of weight that they don't really want around the holidays, or for people that find that they just can never seem to find success, or that seem to kind of always fall into the same traps week by week that kind of keep them stagnant. I figured with this being kind of a more situational topic, and with the season, it would be cute to have my tree as the backdrop. I hope you enjoy it. I hope it's not blinding. So holiday weight gain. A lot of gyms or supplement brands or people selling programs may try to use it as a way to scare you into signing up, buying a program, or buying supplements. In addition to being a nutrition coach, personal trainer, and strength coach, I also do a little bit of email marketing, and I'm very big on using exact numbers, statistics, facts when doing a campaign, especially if it's going to be informative. So what I had always heard was people can expect to gain around 5 to 8 pounds. So I went looking for the survey or the study that kind of showed that, and what I ended up finding was a lot of studies that actually found that people really only gain about 1 to 2% of their body weight. So to put that in perspective, I think early November I was around 156 on average. 56. So 1% of that would be obviously 1.5 pounds, and then 2% of that would be about 3 pounds. And that's pretty on par with how the season is going. I think I'm kind of weighing around 158. It kind of jumped around 160 like right after Thanksgiving, but once kind of the bloat went away and I could kind of go back to eating normal, that kind of went down to about 158. So now obviously if you weigh more, 1% or 2% is a lot, but still not really that 5 or 8 pound number that try to use to scare you. Now everyone is different. A lot of people might go into the holidays knowing that they will gain maybe 5 to 10 pounds. Some people, a lot of people might not gain anything. But even so, even 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pounds can be very inconvenient, especially if you compete in a sport that utilizes weight classes, or maybe your clothes fit differently. Another thing is if you're kind of one of those people that kind of starts to steadily gain weight, like right after summer's over, like kind of towards the end of August, then maybe 2, 3, 4, 5 pounds isn't a lot over the course of October through December or January. But if you've already kind of been gaining weight, maybe you gained a few pounds between August and October, and then you gain even more between November and December, you could be looking at that 5 to 10 pound range or whatever. It just, for a lot of people, might not be ideal. There's no problem with weight gain, but if it's something you would like to avoid, what I will be discussing in this video will be very applicable not only for around the holidays, but also just all year round. So here's what kind of happens for a lot of people, and that's kind of what happened to me this year, and it's probably not the first time. So we'll start with week 1. Week 1 is the week of Thanksgiving. So week 1, you're kind of preparing for whatever you're gonna do. You're kind of either cleaning your house because you're preparing for family to come over, or you might be getting food if you are contributing to the potluck, or if you are making dinner, or you're kind of packing, finishing things up at work, and doing whatever else to prepare to travel to visit whoever you're going to be with on Thanksgiving Day. This is a lot, and maybe you have relatives coming in town a few days before Thanksgiving. So what happens is you end up eating out a lot because you're busy, or maybe if you have family over, you guys go out to eat, or you get takeout because that's exciting. And again, there's nothing wrong with getting takeout or eating out, but you may have a tendency to pick like the more fun option. You might not feel so inclined to get like a salad or just chicken breast with veggies. But also, even if you kind of do go for the healthier option, there's a very good chance that that particular restaurant uses just a lot of sodium, and a lot of oil, whether that's vegetable oil or butter. Or you're just straight up like hitting up the drive-thru and you're getting like McDonald's or whatever else, or Taco Bell in my case. So that's week of. And then you have Thanksgiving, and then you have that whole weekend. So week 2, relatives have gone or you're back home, and typically what will happen is you may not buy as much when you go grocery shopping because you're like, I have all these leftovers at home, let me make sure that those don't go to waste. But Thanksgiving, those leftovers are probably going to be very hearty, very rich. So what I did this year is I was like, okay, I'm going to either just have leftovers every night or make whatever's in my freezer. Well, I got through the Thanksgiving leftovers, which we discussed are not like super goal oriented. And I try to use that word over the term healthy just because I don't believe there are very many unhealthy foods, just unhealthy habits. But then, when those ran out, or I did not feel like having them, I did not simply just thaw out whatever was in my freezer and have it. I'm pretty sure the week after Thanksgiving, I cooked dinner like once. And the week after Thanksgiving, I was up like 4 pounds. So week 3, this is the first week of December. Usually, this is the week that you kind of get everything together. You go out, you go get the groceries, you get the chicken breast, you get the leaves, you get the veggies or whatever else, and it's a pretty good week. That week after might be hit or miss depending on maybe how things are going with work or what your plans are, but week 4 can kind of go either way. Week 5, this is the week before Christmas. This week, again, probably not going to be great. Pretty much most professions you can pretty much count on this week being kind of crazy. So between getting gifts for everybody, work being crazy, and whatever else, again, getting ready to see family or have family over, this week is usually not very great for goal-aligned eating. And then week 6, yeah. We have Christmas, same deal. The days leading up, you're probably, again, going to be eating like frozen dinners or getting takeout, or you might even kind of start skipping meals. I know if I'm super busy, I'll definitely usually just eat a big lunch and dinner, and that's like it. So your eating might be all over the place. You might be snacking a lot at night because you're not eating enough in the day and you're getting super hungry at night, whatever. Then Christmas, that's another like fun eating day. Some people do Christmas Eve and then they go visit people Christmas Day, so that's 2 days in a row of nonsense. And then finally week 7, week before New Year's, that's when a lot of people are just trying to survive that little dip between Christmas and New Year's. That's when a lot of people are just trying to get stuff finished up at work. I know I'm not very likely to go grocery shopping that Sunday or Monday after, so I'll probably just eat whatever's kind of laying around or whatever I can pick up on the way to wherever. So why am I saying all this? You know, for anyone who this sounds like you or someone you may know someone who is like this year round. They just fail to put themselves in a position for success week after week after week, and that's why they fall into the same trap over and over again. And that's why they may not be seeing the results that they want to. So, and what is the greatest common denominator in all of these stories? It's failure to prepare. It's failure to put yourself in a position to succeed. So for some people like me, that could just mean having goal-aligned, perishable foods around the house that will allow me to get to where I want to be. That means for me having a lot of leaves around, as in like lettuce, spinach, because those are fibrous. It's a lot of volume, so I can eat a lot without spending as many calories. That means having more protein sources around. That way I'm not always stopping for dinner every night. For some people who need to be a little bit more strict, that can mean actually meal prepping over the weekend. And a lot of people can get very intimidated by meal prepping. They think it'll like take forever, but it's really only a couple hours. It could even really be as short as 1 hour over the weekend. And especially now around this time when people are really busy, I just kind of recommend just making very simple, very bare bones recipes. Try one pot recipes, one skillet, one pan recipes. Crock pot recipes are great. Use an air fryer if you have it. And just keep it very simple because you are going to have a lot of opportunities to eat a lot of really fun food during this time between kind of late October and January 1st. And I think if you kind of keep it simpler, keep it more goal aligned throughout the weeks, it'll make the more fun food all that more fun and enjoyable. Hi, future me checking in. Just finished the video that will follow this one with another tip. One thing you can do in order to set yourself up for success for the holidays or any time of the year in your weight or fat loss goals is by changing your environment. So making healthy foods more accessible, more easily accessible, and making foods that are higher in calories harder to get to. So like what I would recommend would be to keep healthier foods kind of out, kind of in the kitchen or on the dining table. Anything like that, leave it out where it's easy to grab, and then kind of less goal-oriented foods, maybe hide them or put them in a place where it's a little bit more difficult to get to them, like a cabinet. It's kind of like out of sight, out of mind. You're not really thinking about it if it's not right there in front of you. And if you're like me, you need that little extra push, you can kind of put it on the top shelf. As you can see, I am a little vertically challenged. This is already a bit of a reach for me. And there's even a shelf like way in the back where I can kind of put stuff and I won't be as tempted to reach for them. So that is another tip. Tune in next week for my next video where we will be going over how to make virtually any recipe more goal-oriented or more healthy, and I'll be teaching you how to make protein tiramisu, so stick around. All right, and back to me. So I know this video is a little late. Hopefully it finds you in time while we're still kind of in that dip between Thanksgiving and Christmas. Hopefully you found something in this video that you can apply to your life, and you can also definitely apply these principles of preparedness in the new year to help you kind of kickstart your goals. Yes, believe it or not, despite 2020 being an entire shit show, some people still have goals for 2021, and you should too. That's all for me today, just a quick chat. Please leave any questions in the comment section below. I will be happy to answer them, or DM me on Instagram. Have a great day.